Hello YouTube! Hey, in this episode of Building the Ultimate Garage, we're going to burn that old tree up that we took down. We're going to dig a water line and we're going to pour some footers. Stick with me. It's going to be a good episode. Welcome to my life. Good morning YouTube. Hey, this morning I got up and decided I want to get rid of this. I'm tired of looking at this from my window. I'm sitting up in there drinking my coffee. I don't want to look at this. So it's supposed to rain at 1 o'clock. It's kind of misty right now, but I'm bringing a bunch of records that my wife needs to get burned, disposed of, whatever. So I'm going to put those in there and I'm going to light the sucker up and just try to get her done. Again, it's going to rain at 1, so it may not all burn, but at least it'll get it down. Looks pretty atrocious to me. I also need to get out here and weed eat, to be honest with you. I've been kind of slacking on that too. My bank's growing up. But, you know, you do what you can. Yeah, that's definitely looking sloppy. I need to get down here and get to work. But, beautiful morning for a fire. Give you an idea how big it is, actually. 6'3" at least.
Plant a tree up on the hill. Days go by on your windowsill. If you stand in its shade, raise your children tall and proud. Chase away the lightning clouds until you finally get old and gray. We all fade away.
All right, so this one's going pretty good. I'm gonna drive over to the neighbor ladies and get her pile started. I'll get my wife to watch this one while I'm over there, and then I'll get her to watch that one when I'm over here, type thing. Yeah, so might as well get them both burned at the same time. So let me drive over there, get her started, and then I'll be back over here to do this. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm just cleaning up today. All right, so I went over and started my neighbor's fire, but the pile is so lame, I got to get it over there. The excavator over there and stack her up. Yeah, mine's going nice and good. It'll be, it should burn down this afternoon. It's getting nice and hot in there, so that shouldn't be a problem. By the time I get back, it'll be time to stack it up again. But let's go over and stack hers. I'm going to go the lake route because I don't like to take the excavator up through her grass. She has real nice grass. It's a long way around a short distance. And we'll pass where the excavator slips into the lake when we go there. So this will have bad memories. There's also a limb in the way though, the path that we have going through there. So it's good the excavator go back to her. I'll break that off for her so she don't have to worry about that. And yeah, go there and get some burning then. All right, I'll take you on this little journey.
Plant a flag and make a stand. Build a fence around your land. But by and by, the stones will crumble down. Spend your life for what it's worth, but one day you'll return to earth and leave your DNA above the ground. So I guess you'll still be around. Troubles that we go through in our lives, and all the time we're wasting living.
All right, so it looks like we got this one going pretty good, finally. And we'll go back over and stack mine up, make sure that one's still going good. We got her going. Always burn on the edge of the lake, so if something goes totally wrong, I can just push it in the lake. I hate to put the wood in the lake, but it's safer. Stop the fire, it'd be worth it. All right, I got a little, I just came outside to look around and think of things out, and I started digging. I forgot to record. So basically you haven't really missed much. I dug a ditch basically, and then I'm putting in this 2-inch PVC, well, electrical conduit really, but schedule 40, but or 1.5 inches, sorry. And I'm using it for water line. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm running my water line to there. That's where I'll tee into it. And this is going to be the office and sidewalk and porch and yada yada. And I was just worried about breaking a line, you know, burying in there permanently. And at least this way I'll be able to push a new line underneath the concrete if it did ever break for some reason. The building got cold and whatever. So I'm going to put a sweep in and then just run it out the back, the front, in this conduit, and then I'll just run it to the ground from there. But that allows me to swap that pipe out if I ever need to. It's kind of like, some people are going to think it's a waste of money. I don't know. You know, I can get a new pipe in there if I need to for the rest of my life. I don't know. So I did it, and I think it's going to work out just fine. So here's my water line and my floor drains that I'm putting in. I didn't bring keys, and the sweep and the glue's inside the truck, so I gotta go get keys. So anyway, that's my thought process. That's what I'm doing. I'll time lapse me gluing the pipes together and put it in there, but yeah. All right. All right, so I've taped off the end back there. I've glued them together. I'm gonna do my little sweep here, and except for I don't know that I had that far enough back. So I had moved my string and I started cleaning it out of here, but it's not far enough. So I need to come over here and clean this out just a little bit so I can make sure that that comes up on this side of the wall. So let's do that real quick. Let's get over there. I'll get this out. Get the machine over here and dig this out a little further. I should have thought of that. I didn't. Until I don't. It's not something I do every day, for sure. We'll get that cleaned up and get all that back in there. That's gonna work. That's gonna be our wall. Get plenty of room there to adjust it once I get it in there. So I'll glue this up. I'll start putting dirt in. Huh?
I feel like would have made more sense if you haven't been
Well, this will still work.
Oh yeah.
Take your job now and hold that just like this. All right, so one thing we need to do is find our water line, and I didn't know how to do that. And so, you know, I'd seen divine rod stuff, whatever. That stuff's never worked for me or whatever, but I really didn't know how to find the water line. So I was like, well, let me give it a whirl. So I got a coat hanger and I made these little, I don't know, just bent them over. I seen a guy on YouTube do it, right? And I thought it was a joke, but then my wife said, you shouldn't do this, right? And, or just we were wasting your time. I thought I was too, but it's the weirdest thing. So check this out. Follow this thing around. So we know where the water line is now. See, look at that. It already did it. So the water line, if it does an X, that means the water line's right below you. And we know that the water line comes to the front of our house and comes across to this white pole. We marked it yesterday. Show the white pole. There you go. So that white pole and then goes on down from there. And I wanted to connect it as far up this way so I'm not wasting pipe, right? But I didn't want to cross the driveway. So it will actually steer you. I cannot even believe this works. It is the crazy. And at first I was like, oh, I'm just doing that or whatever. We had no idea where the water line was, by the way. But if you play with it long enough, it literally will make. Look at that. It'll X itself. Come over and get close to that. Can you see it real well? So when you work it, watch. When it goes over the water line, at first I thought I was doing it, but see how it X's? It means you're right over top of the water line. So the water line comes right across there. So I'll show you again. I'm walking away and I'm not doing anything. I know I always thought those guys were just making it up or whatever, but you literally walk. See, and if I was to turn this way and I kept them loose, they would actually aim towards the water. It's crazy. You'll see them start to pull. See that one starting to pull? It's crazy. And if I would get over the water line, oh, well, it's wanting to. I don't know what's going on there. There it goes. There's X. That's weird. It's a little further over than, oh, there it goes big time. It is the weirdest. Look at this. It is the weirdest thing, but it actually works. It's crazy. There it goes. Right over the water line. It's insane. Insane. So anyway, if you're ever looking for a water line, that's how you do it. Weird. Spooky, actually. Works though. All right, pretty neat tip. Thanks, cameraman. So we need to bring our water line in from here to there. So I'm gonna dig a trench there. That's where we believe the water line is. Of course, this may not even have worked. We maybe dug over here and there's nothing there. But that is the weirdest thing. Never thought it worked. Works like a champ. Oh yeah, and an update on the water line. I found the water line up there. We dug it up and found it, and it's 1 1/4 inch. So we had to order a special fitting to go on 1 1/4 inch instead of 1 inch. You know, usually it's 1 inch or 3/4 inch. 1 1/4 inch. So we ordered the fitting and it'll be here in a couple weeks. So I probably won't tie the water line in until then, but it's all ready to go. Good morning, YouTube. The sun is coming up over the hill there. And it's good morning. It's nice and cool this morning, but it is going to get up to 90 today. So I want to go ahead and get this water line trench dug. I think that's what I'm going to work on today. I have the fitting that I need for I have a weird 1 1/4 inch line, main line coming in to my house. So I had to special order the fitting for that. I have the fitting, but it takes some other pieces there, some insert pieces. So I'm waiting on those. They should be in tomorrow. But I think I'm going to dig the trench and put the water line in up to the end and then cover it up and let it start settling. And then that way it's done. And then I'll have to start figuring out how I'm going to run my water lines inside the building underneath the concrete slab. I made the main line in conduit so that I could pull it if I ever need to, if I broke a main line. But I don't plan to do that with the other lines. The other lines I just plan on running underneath concrete to the posts where they're going to go, or to the places where they're going to go. So yeah, that's my thought anyway. So I'll need to run a line from there across to over here, probably right in here somewhere, because that's the door. So that way I can wash the dump truck off or whatever, or the lawnmowers in the back. And then I plan to put a couple in the front, probably one between the big doors and one between the small doors, right next to the personnel door probably. So that way I can run a hose out between these two and then run a hose out between these two for washing cars or whatever else. I also will have spigots inside so I can wash cars inside in the winter. So that's the plan. Let's get this water line done. Man, the dew in the morning is just so thick. Everything's covered in dew. Gotta wipe it off every morning. That'll be another nice thing about having my equipment inside. Can't wait. Alright, so we got the line cut in, or the ditch cut in to put the line in, which is good because got to get this covered up. Concrete's coming. So I'm going to get the pipe and shove it up through this conduit and then roll it out, and I'll leave the access down the other end, and then I can start filling it back in just so it's covered back up, and then we can worry about the rest of it later. But well, this came a little fast, didn't it? All right, so let me get down here and get the duct tape off on both sides, and I'll go over and get the pipe, which is in the back of the truck, or I'll bring it over here, and then I'll roll it out in here. All right, let's get busy. Man, feels good in the shade. Woo. All right, so I got the Waterline put in there. I was an idiot. I put my electrical conduit in backwards for the way that I wanted to shove the line. So I had to shove the line from inside the building and push it outside. So that means I had to do all 250 feet through that tube. Whatever, I guess, whatever. I should have glued it the other way, but I didn't think about it. All right, so I got that all smashed in. I'm gonna leave it a little humped up until it settles for a while, but the excavator actually does a good job of smashing stuff down pretty good. It'll settle some, but and then I'll come back and just kind of push this stuff back up on it and smash it down again. But I left it, of course, open in the pit down there where I'm gonna hook it up when my parts come in. I started pushing this up a little bit. I'm gonna clean this up and then put gravel back down. I just really don't want the dirt there. And I'm gonna cut this off and put the shark bite valve on there just so it's there. And so when I hook the water line up, it doesn't spray everywhere and I'll have to keep the water off. All right, let me get this done. Notice how nice a new one works. For those of you who see me work this one of these before. I had an old one. I couldn't get it to cut in. But there you go. Got a new one. Mark the gauge. D-burr. So I probably went this way. That's what I'm telling myself. Cool. Now, that's in there. And I probably just want to these come out the other side. Just to keep clean. They'll probably try to use it. So I'll just leave it this alone. I'll leave it that long. That way they can use it as a nozzle. They need water for something. Won't hurt to have it here. I have the disconnect so I can pull it back off if I need to. Same thing. D-burr. It really does work good. The D-burr thing. I like it. I like this little tool. I mean, they kind of made it up for their own, but it D-burrs real well. And there it is. All right. All right. On. Off. All right. So my plan now is going to kind of would bore you if I put it on there, but I'm just going to kind of clean up all this stuff. I'm probably going to clean the dirt up around these holes and move the dump truck so that the concrete truck can kind of straddle that post and come straight in that way. Of course, when all this is built in, I'll put like my manifold here. Probably the hot water tank will probably be right in here somewhere. Who knows? The bathroom is right there on the other side of this. And then I'll do shut-offs for each of the lines that go out so I can shut that off. And then I'll probably do some kind of hose bib on the end of that so I can shut all of them off and then blow the lines out for the winter if I choose to do that. We'll see. But that's kind of the thought process. Go into a kind of, probably do a homemade manifold. I don't know. And then do shut-offs all along right here. And then mount it on, you know, put wood behind it, mount it on a piece of plywood or something. So that's the thought. All right, let's get to work. Hey YouTube, hey, it's Wednesday and it's hotter than crap. I mean, it's almost, I think it's like 90 something, 98, 99, something like that. It's hot. They do have clouds though, and that is keeping it a little bit cooler instead of the sun beating down on you. But I went up and mowed my parents' grass and weeded and all that stuff this morning. I usually do that on Thursdays, but they're supposed to pull out the footer on Thursday or Friday. So I went up this morning and did that and about died. But anyway, I got that all done up. And then I got home and I just got a phone call. They're going to be here in about an hour to pour the footing today. So I'm not complaining by any means. I'm glad it's happening. Sooner the better. Let's get this footer poured. So here we go. right, so while I was filming the concrete, I got the drone stuck in the tree way up there. So I've got the truck and the ladder, which is not going to get anywhere near there. So I'm thinking the truck, the ladder, and maybe a pole saw. I'm not 100% sure. That sucks. It's a long way up. No way to climb up there either because it's so small. So that's what I got to do. Maybe. You're right. Huh? All right. I don't know how bad it is.
Huh?
I don't know how bad it is, but I can't believe it did it because I have that auto thing on where it shouldn't get near trees, you know. Hopefully I didn't screw the motor or anything. She still flies to see another day. So that's good. All right, I'll get some drone shots of the footer and then we'll put this to bed. Yeah, I'm so glad it works.